Alright guys, well I'm here for this month's hack, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix all your guitar problems that you may have, and we all do. If you have Rock Band, you've got guitar problems. It's that simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the only permanent way that I know to fix your Rock Band guitar. I've already cracked it open here. Basically you just take out all the screws that you can possibly see, lift off the back plate, and here we have the inside of the Rock Band guitar. Now, for those of you that don't know and have never actually seen inside of this, basically there's two parts that are the problem. And they are the pickups for the up and down strum on the guitar when you're actually playing it. Now, the reason that you have double hits, you have missed hits, or you have actually no pickups whatsoever is because the person that designed this came up with the most insane design for, can you get a shot of this, Darren? The most insane design for a pickup system ever. Okay. Now in the Guitar Hero 3 and all the other Guitar Hero series of guitars, they actually use a switch. It's not like the ones that we're going to use today, however, it's close enough. And this is, you've heard of the rubber band tricks, you've heard of the put Scotch tape on it. It eventually always fails, okay? So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to fix your guitar with Rock Band once and for all. Over here, we've got our list of tools. We've got your screwdrivers of different sizes on either ends, your big and your small. And there's certain screws that are going to require the smaller one, but for the most part, you can probably get away with the larger screwdriver. We've got our solder, our soldering iron, in this case a portable cold heat unit, pair of pliers, snips, and an X-Acto knife. Okay? If you are scared to strip the leads right here on the pickups, you can use a nice little thing, but I don't need that. So what we're going to do is, first I'm going to show you where things should look when you open up your guitar. Now basically I've already got this side done here, and you can see kind of what we're going to do. The main issue that we have with the way that this is right now is when you hit this, for whatever reason I cannot get it on there. When you hit this, it's twisting this entire assembly, and that's not what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually remove the screw that's associated with this part right here. You're going to take it off just like this, and you're going to be left with this. What we're going to do is we're just going to snip this end right off. Okay? There it goes. Now, before I actually get into cutting the shielding off the wire, I'm going to show you what we actually bought for $4. Okay? This is a sub-mini lever switch that you can buy at your local Radio Shack store. It costs about $3.50. Okay? This switch is going to be the answer to all of our problems. Buy two of them, one for the up and one for the down. Okay? Once you get that, essentially we're pretty much good. What we're going to do now is we're going to actually take off the strum bar. There's 4 screws in the corner of the strum bar, and we're just going to take that off right now because we actually need to trim some of the plastic. Now, I didn't give you a warning at the beginning of this segment because I figured you probably would have already understood. This will void your warranty. You will not be able to return this to EA, but if you want a permanent fix, because there are complaints on the Rock Band forums that even returned guitars that EA has shipped other people are failing yet again. So this is going to be the answer to all your problems. Basically, you can see here the difference in the sides. These two sides used to look identical. Okay? Now, this is the side that, how it comes from EA. This is the side that we've modified. Basically, we've made it almost entirely flat as possible as we could. And that's going to allow for clearance of the new switch to go in place. Okay? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually just going to take these snips and I'm going to cut all of this away. All right, well, we're back. Finally, we were done cleaning up the pickup, the strum bar for the Rock Band controller. And in here you can see exactly where we did the cleanup. We basically flattened it out as much as we possibly could so that it looks similar to the other side that we've already proof of concepted, okay? And basically the entire reason that we're doing this is to make room for the new switch that is going to actually detect when you're actually strumming the guitar. So now what we need to do is we need to do one other modification to the guitar, and that's going to be on the holder for the screw where the old old pickup bar used to be. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to eyeball about 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little less. And we're just going to take our snips and we're going to come in here as flat as we possibly can, and we're just going to snip a little bit off. Try and clean it up as best as you can. Alright. The new switch that we're actually adding is a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. It adds some height to the overall profile of the unit, so we need to trim that down a little bit. Here you can see the one that we've already done, and basically this is the switch here. Okay, the screw that's in there does not come with the screw, with the switch. It's a simple wood screw that you can buy at any Home Depot, Lowe's, or wherever your local hardware store is, and it simply protrudes out a little bit, just enough so that we can actually anchor it into the holding point for the screw on the previous unit. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to put in the strum bar once again, and it only goes in one way. We're going to take our 4 screws that came out of it, and we're going to put these back in here. There we go. All right. Okay. Our lever switch is a little wide, so we're going to take the component here, and once again we're going to trim it without breaking the entire unit off as best as we can. I'm sorry for the bad camera work. I do apologize. You're going to want to take, once again, about 1/8 of an inch off of this entire unit here. Okay? It may sound like a lot, and I probably should be taking this off right about now, but we can sweat through it. And just make it about as flat as you possibly can. I think that's good. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to screw the assembly down. The last thing that you need to do is, once you've got it in and you've got both pickups hitting just where you want them, we actually need to solder the old connections onto the new switch. And what we've got here is we've got a continuity tester. Basically, you can find it on any of your standard multimeters. We're going to go ahead and set it to when the circuit is closed, it's actually going to emit an audible tone. That lets me know that, hey, the switch is working. Now, I already know that when depressed, these two should sound off. When we let go, nothing. Remember that this is a 3-way switch. Even though it's not being pressed, the outer connection points close the circuit. We want the inner two. So use a tester to make sure that you're actually soldering the right ones. From there, we're actually just going to take a knife, because that's the way I like to do things, and we're going to strip. Kids, please do not try this at home as far as using a knife. Okay, now that we've got the bare metal exposed, it's as simple as soldering on the connection points to our new switch. Okay. Make sure you guys leave yourself enough that your solder is actually going to connect with the switch here. All right, turn your soldering iron on. And solder away. What we're going to do, just make sure that they're tight, and they are. Tuck them back in where they're supposed to go, just like that. Actually, we'll tuck this one underneath. Now remember, this is the only time you will have to do this mod. Right here, we've got a 100% will never break again Rock Band guitar mod. Put the shell back on, close it up, and you guys are good to go. Item numbers, my own thoughts and comments, and pictures of these different steps will all be in the show notes for you guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to post on the forums, visit the show notes, or I'm usually in the IRC chat. And you guys can ask me any questions if you actually want to fix your own Rock Band guitar.